Horrific case of child abuse in Texas. Police say teenage twins were being held captive by their own mother. They managed to escape, and it was all caught on camera. New details on the horrifying discovery in a quiet community outside Houston, where police say children were being held captive in their own home by their own mother.
As soon as I heard the little voices for help, crying for help, I knew immediately I needed to open that door.
Police say two 16-year-old twins, a brother and sister, managing to escape, seen in this doorbell video camera pleading for help. At 5:30 Tuesday morning, they were taken in by this neighbor who wants to remain anonymous, giving them blankets and food. The twins say they were handcuffed and held captive in the family's laundry room.
Their hands were so swollen. Their poor hands were bigger than the rest of their body, basically. I mean, you could tell that they both had been struggling and pulling and tugging on those handcuffs, trying to get them off. And it was awful.
Later that day, law enforcement issuing an Amber Alert for their 5 siblings, who have since been found and taken under Child and Family Services. Police say the alleged abuse at the hands of their 40-year-old mother, Zakia Duncan, and her 27-year-old boyfriend, Jova Terrell.
According to them, they weren't allowed to leave the laundry room. They were naked most of the time, hit with a curtain rod and also electrical cords.
The pair are now facing preliminary charges of assault and contentious violence behind bars in Louisiana, waiting to be extradited back to Houston. Well, there are still a lot of unanswered questions here, but thankfully the children are getting treatment at a local hospital, and the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services opened up a case. They're going to work alongside law enforcement to figure out exactly what happened here.
Just locked in the laundry room, just scratches and bruises all over his arm. Both of them had severe scars around their wrist.
Louisiana State Police Tuesday arrested the teen's mother and her boyfriend in Baton Rouge. Zakia Duncan and Jova Terrell tonight are in police custody. Investigators say they fled the home they rented in Cypress with 5 other children, prompting an Amber Alert. All children have been accounted for, including the 2 who couldn't take it any longer.
I have all kinds of emotions.
Anger being one of them because, as we've reported, Duncan in 2012 faced 3 counts of cruelty to juveniles. CPS with a documented case history.
The mother got a slap in the wrist and probation and did a little class, and then what does CPS do? Here you go, you're fit to be a mother now.
The neighbor says she hasn't slept much. Thoughts focused on the brother and sister, the teens for whom she opened her door.
Before they took her off, she looked at me and she said, "Thank you."
On the back end of that neighbor says that she told the children that they will always be on her mind. She says the investigators have their numbers and she just wants to make sure that they are okay tonight. We're live in Cypress. I'm Brandon.
Convicted of injury to a child in Baton Rouge. According to court documents, Duncan has been convicted of cruelty to a child in Louisiana. Court documents from 2012 in Baton Rouge state she submerged a 5-year-old child in hot water, causing serious burns. Police say they found a 20-month-old infant wrapped in clothing with his hands bound. The document states Duncan and her then-boyfriend made the victim do push-ups for an hour and forced the child to sleep on a closet floor. Boards were placed in front of the closet door to keep the victim from escaping and stealing food from the kitchen. Duncan was on probation from 2013 to 2020.
Now to the desperate effort to find a missing 2-year-old girl. Harris County investigators say they
starving her own children remains behind bars. 40-year-old Zakia Duncan appeared in court today. Our Bryce Newberry joining us live with those details. Bryce?
Daniela, today in court, we learned that this mother is pregnant with another child and that she may have deleted video evidence before law enforcement captured her in Louisiana. Both of these developments, as a judge is raising her bond to $4.5 million.
40-year-old Zakia Duncan, the Cypress mother, accused of starving, beating, and handcuffing her twins before they escaped from their Cypress home last month, appearing cuffed in an orange jumpsuit in a Harris County court Thursday, currently facing 4 felony charges.
There's going to be plenty more evidence that comes out.
Her other children still need to be interviewed as part of the investigation into what happened inside this Cypress area home where the family moved over the summer.
These kids were being starved for months. They were being forced to drink bleach, household cleaners, and being forced to ingest all sorts of toxic chemicals.
Court documents revealed Duncan kept her teens handcuffed in the laundry room, where they had to urinate and defecate on themselves, and sometimes had bleach poured on them. In court Thursday, prosecutors shared Duncan is pregnant with her 9th child. They're also looking into video evidence she may have deleted, something she told law enforcement about when they captured her in Louisiana after an Amber Alert.
I will likely be also looking into her mental state and hiring experts to accomplish that.
Prosecutors say one of the children they fled Texas with spent time in a Louisiana hospital, just released this week. Now all the children are back in Texas in foster care.
And we hope those kids can get all the help they need. We hope to seek justice for them in this case.
And the co-defendant in this case, Duncan's boyfriend, is still jailed in Louisiana. Her attorney says he's not sure how far along she is in this pregnancy or who the father is. She is expected to be back in court in January. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
All right, Bryce, thank you.
Thank you for joining us at 10. I'm Keith Garvin. Daniela Guzman is on assignment. A mother is found guilty of torturing her teen twins who escaped their Cypress home in handcuffs in 2022. A jury found Zakiya Duncan guilty on 2 charges of aggravated assault of a family member causing bodily injury. KPRC 2 News reporter Corley Peel joins us live outside the Harris County Courthouse, where she was in the courtroom for that verdict. Corley.
Keith, it took the jury about an hour to unanimously find that Zakiya Duncan is guilty of seriously hurting her twins. It was an emotional trial, and at least one of the twins took the stand, describing that torture they face at the hands of their own mother. The jury watched this surveillance video from October 2022, showing moments after Duncan's 16-year-old twins escaped their Cypress home in handcuffs. They knocked on this neighbor's door, begging for help and to call police. Investigators found the teens had been starved for months and were covered in bruises and cuts. Records showed Duncan forced the teens to drink bleach and were kept handcuffed inside the laundry room, where their only option was to urinate and defecate on themselves. Investigators added bleach would sometimes be poured on the teens, burning their skin. During those closing arguments, Duncan's defense denied many of those claims, saying Duncan only admits to whipping her children with a belt if it was warranted. But the state's evidence was strong enough, proving to the jury the heartbreak and horror, and ultimately Duncan's guilt. And the judge says the sentencing phase for Duncan will begin on Monday at 9 a.m. Reporting live from downtown, Corley Peel, KPRC 2 News.